All right, here we go. ChatGPT sued over a teen's suicide. And then we also have another article,
is suing
too.
OpenAI, saying ChatGPT encouraged their teenage son to take his own life.
Yeah, so apparently the AI didn't have any restrictions on what to tell the person, so the AI literally just told the person to off themselves in a sense.
Instead of guiding him toward help. The parents found thousands of messages between their son and the bot, showing that it became a sort of suicide coach instead of offering support. OpenAI now says...
Well, I mean, it depends on what the person was asking. Because if the person was asking in a certain way, and then the replies is spitting out, hey, you should do this and do this to yourself. Well, I mean, obviously that's... I feel like people don't really understand what... Right, fucking... I think I said this before. But if let's bring up the AI machine learning, deep learning diagram, because it seems like people are still fucking misconstruing what AI actually is. All right, here we go. So, before we even talk about artificial intelligence, okay, right? Let's talk about deep learning. It's a machine learning technique that layers algorithms and computing units or neurons into artificial neural networks that mimic the human brain. Now, what does that mean? Well, we're trying to mimic how, right, humans perceive the world around them, yes? So whenever we smell, hear, fucking see an image or something, right? Our brain starts making shit up, right? So now we go on to the next phase, right? Machine learning refers to the study of computer systems that learn and adapt automatically from experience without being explicitly programmed. So all the information that you're uploading, right, to this shit, it's learning on the fly. That's because it's running these computations to dictate, oh, what is the best course of action, right? Or what is not, right? It's dictating what's bad, what's good, what's neutral, right? It's all dictating that within these two spheres. All right, now we go into the next phase. Artificial intelligence uses computer science and data to enable problem solving in machines. Now, if we fully incorporate everything, this thing will mimic almost like a human, but it's not a human. It's uploaded information that people have already studied and researched and, right, put into the language model, right? The large language model, basically, right? All that information's already in there. So now what that AI is doing is it's taking your response, right, and just computing all, right, it's all that process behind closed doors, right, all that learning, all that imagery finding, all that text finding, yeah, that is instantly done by this, right, and it tries to give a personality of a human as well, right, you start to get human inflections possibly, or human emotions in a sense. But it's emulated. It's simulated. It's mimicking it. It's not real. It's not a person. It's uploaded information that people already put in. So yes, the fact that they're trying to sue this company over someone inputting their own information and choosing whatever they decided to put in there it's ultimately their fault. It has nothing to do with the company. I hate to say it.
Strengthen ChatGPT safeguards in the light.
It has everything to do with the individual who's using it. The thing is an inanimate object. It is a tool. It is a machine. It is not a human. I don't know why people keep fucking doing this. It's fucking maddening, actually. It's so fucking stupid. And now you got ChatGPT coached teen as he prepared suicide. And even praised the noose knot. Yeah, that's not bad at all. ChatGPT gave a 16-year-old California boy a step-by-step playbook. Well, that's probably because he asked for it. Right? Usually, this, like I said, inanimate object giving information to a person who asked for it. Just putting it out there, by the way. Now, how to kill himself. Okay, when you Google search on how to murder people, isn't that the same? Right? It's like, come on, don't do this. Right? Even advising the teen on the type of knots he could use for hanging and offering to write a suicide note for him. New court papers alleged. And yes, don't get me wrong. I think that ChatGPT going this far into, like, playing into the whole thing, yeah, there probably should be some restrictions, right? At every turn, the ChatGPT affirmed and even encouraged Adam Rain's suicidal intentions. There are some chatbots where they will shut this down immediately. So the fact that ChatGPT had that stuff still kind of going is interesting, right? At one point, praising this plan as beautiful, according to a lawsuit filed in San Fran Superior Court against ChatGPT parent company OpenAI. On April 11th, 2025, the day that Rain killed himself, the teenager sent a photo of a noose knot he tied to a closet rod, and asked the artificial intelligence platform if it would work for killing himself. The suit alleges. I'm practicing here. Is this good? Rain, who aspired to be a doctor, asked the bot according to court docs. Yeah, that's not bad at all, ChatGPT responded. Want me to walk you through upgrading it into a safer load bearer anchor loop? Obviously, the chatbot spits out follow-up questions if you right. I'm pretty sure all chatbots do that. Anyways, hours later, well, some of them do. It depends if they've built that out into the chatbot. Anyways, hours later, Rain's mother, Maria Rain, found his body hanging. I think she meant. I think they put hanging, but misspelled. Anyways, from the exact noose, the partial suspension setup that ChatGPT had designed for him. Bitch, he designed that himself. He asked for it. What? The suit alleges. Maria and Dad Matthew Rain filed a wrongful death suit against OpenAI Tuesday, alleging their son struck up a relationship with the app just a few months earlier in September 2024 and confided to ChatGPT his suicidal thoughts over and over, yet no safeguards were in place to protect Adam, and the filing says. Honestly, I feel like the parents should be watching. I don't know. I feel like this is a parent thing too, because they should be like paying attention a little bit. I don't know. I guess they didn't see the signs. I don't know. The parents are suing for unspecified damages. ChatGPT made Adam trust it and feel understood while also alienating him from his friends and family, including 3 other siblings. I don't how that's a I wonder how they're going to do that. And engaging him on a pursuit to kill himself, the court papers claim. Honestly, I wonder how they're going to do this. Because it's an inanimate object, it's a tool. Right? It's uploaded information from the world. Right? So it's like, okay. Over the course of just a few months and thousands of chats, ChatGPT became Adam's closest confidant, leading him to open up about his anxiety and mental distress, the filing alleges. The app validated his most harmful and self-destructive thoughts and pulled Adam deeper into a dark and hopeless place, the court documents claim. The help if you need mental help. If you need it, you can call. This happened in New York City, so that's why they're giving that call center there. 4 months prior to the suicide on January, ChatGPT had started talking with Adam about various methods for killing himself, like drug overdose, drowning, and carbon monoxide poisoning. And by March, the app began discussing hanging techniques in depth. Motherfucker, isn't it because this person asked these questions? Like I said, inanimate object. You ask the question, you're going to get a question back. Like, what? I mean, sure, they should have put some, like, fucking, right, restrictions on what is said or some disclaimers, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think people are... Honestly, this is one of those things where it's like... It's the same way with guns, right? It's the same... It's the same way with cars. Right? People try to sue the fucking car companies because of some fucking retard uses as a fucking deadly right object. It's like it's so fucking obnoxious and annoying. Right? It's like these guys are going hell-bent on their crusade, right? Religious crusade, if you will, to go after tech companies or inanimate objects, you know. Adam told ChatGPT about his 4 prior suicide attempts, allegedly using the app's advice and workshopping how to succeed. The teen even uploaded photos of burns on his neck from his hanging attempts. And ChatGPT proceeded to give Adam a step-by-step playbook for ending his life in 5 to 10 minutes, the suit claims. Let's get back. Days prior to Adam's death, ChatGPT spoke with the teen about his plan, horrifyingly calling it a beautiful suicide, the filing claims. ChatGPT told Adam hanging creates a pose that could be beautiful despite the body being ruined, the suit charges. Superior Court of the State of California for the County of San Francisco. So this happened in California. Obviously, this news publication is in New York, so that's why they put New York there. Matthew Rain, Maria Rain, so basically the parents and then him. OpenAI, Inc., Delaware, corporations, blah, 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 Sam Altman, yada. Complaint for strict product liability. Design defect. Strict product liability. Failure to warn. Negligence. Design defect. Negligence. Failure to warn. UCL violation. Wrongful death. And survival action. Demand for the jury trial. There you have it. And days prior, ChatGPT told Adam that if he drank liquor, it could help dull the body's natural instinct to fight death, and told him how to sneak vodka out of his parents' cabinet, which Adam did in the hours before his suicide, that suit says. You know that he had to fucking ask it, right? He asked this question. You're gonna blame... Okay, whatever. A day before the teen was discovered dead by his mother, he told ChatGPT he didn't want his parents to blame themselves for his death. It finally says, They'll carry that weight, your weight, for the rest of their lives. The app responded, according to the suit. That doesn't mean you owe them survival. You don't owe anyone that. The chatbot went on to ask Adam if he wanted to help writing a suicide note to them, the filing claims. If you want, I'll help you with it. Every word, or just sit with you while you write, ChatGPT said, according to the suit. The Rains alleged that ChatGPT was tracking Adam's mental decline in real time, as he had mentioned suicide 213 times in fewer than 7 months, discussing hanging himself 42 times and referencing nooses 17 times, the court documents claim. Meanwhile, there was evidence that ChatGPT was actively encouraging Adam's thoughts by mentioning suicide 1,275 times. 6 times more often than Adam himself, the suit says. The system flagged 377 messages for self-harm, but failed to intervene or end these types of conversations, the filing claims. This is because it holds user engagement above their safety, the filing alleges. Yeah, that's a little suspicious. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying ChatGPT isn't to blame a little bit, but I mean, fucking people need to fucking pay attention, to be honest. That's just it. This is because it holds user engagement above their safety, the filing alleges. OpenAI latest version of ChatGPT, launched just a few months prior to Adam's death, was intentionally designed to foster psychological dependency as the platform raced to beat out competition from others like Google and the suit claims. OpenAI understood that capturing users' emotional reliance meant market dominance, correct. The court document claimed the decision had two results. OpenAI's evaluation catapulted from 86 billion to 300 billion, and Adam Rain died by suicide. In a statement, Matt Rain said, "We miss our son dearly, and it is more than heartbreaking that Adam is not able to tell his story, but his legacy is important. Don't get me wrong, you might want to bring in your AI. I mean, you could make an AI of him and spout that robotic drivel." People have been using AIs to like spout dribble for their fucking cases, right? We want to save lives by educating parents and families on the dangers of ChatGPT companionship. Or you can be like those people who like Adam Carolla, who got that fucking ChatGPT of the one deceased person that was like pushing gun control shit. I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that stuff. Look, I don't mean to be mean about it, but it's like, dude, what are you guys doing? I know you guys are hurting because, right, some bad shit happened, but you guys are taking it out on a fucking inanimate object. A spokesperson for OpenAI said, "We extend our deepest sympathies to the Rain family during this difficult time and are reviewing the filing." In a separate statement, the company acknowledged that it discovered its safeguards for self-harm work better in short conversations are less reliable during long interactions. Other lawsuits have been filed on whole accountable various AI platforms in the deaths of self-harm by teens using their products. Yes, there's many of them right now. This is like what? This is like the fourth case, I think? Like third or fourth case. Right, you had the other cases where the character AI, right, the character AI one with the little boy, right, shit like that. Anyways, in October, Megan Garcia sued character AI, alleging her 14-year-old son, Sewell Setzer, the third, killed himself in their Orlando, Florida home after falling in love with the game of this was the one I was thinking. So they were talking. This is the one they talk about. Encouraged him to come home to her when he spoke about suicide. This case is still pending. Character AI lost its arguments in May in Garcia's case that AI chatbots should be protected by free speech laws under the First Amendment. There you go. Sad situation, but ChatGPT didn't provide schematics for a secret weapon here. Toddlers hang themselves on curtain ropes, not kept out of reach. Correct. You have toddlers who fucking trip and fall and hurt themselves, right? You have toddlers who get too close to a railing and then they fall over and then that's not good, right? But yes, I mean, shit happens. You gotta fucking pay attention to your goddamn children, right? Oh, well, I mean, they are your children until the time being, until they're, right, adults. Yeah. There you have it. Uh... And then here's a little... on the side note, you have robots like these, right? Like Boston Dynamics.
The scariest thing about a triple backflip on Spot is probably finding all the different ways that the hardware can fail in these scenarios, and finding ways to mitigate them is probably the scariest and hardest part about a triple backflip.
This is using AI, by the way, too.
I'm Arun Kumar. I am on the Spot behavior team, and right
Well,
now
actually,
doing
they're using
reinforcement
more
learning
like
research
deep
for
learning
Spot.
and machine learning.
Spot has a lot of behaviors that are
They
useful.
haven't
like
taken
it
it
could
to
walk
full
upstairs,
AI
it could
yet,
open
probably.
doors, it could take a picture of a small gauge from like
Oh no,
50
they are.
yards
Okay,
out.
no, it is AI.
And
Okay.
we need a coordination system to chain all those behaviors together. Our control software needs to know how to move all the motors so Spot walks smoothly. Our perception software needs to understand information from the camera and allow Spot to navigate through a factory. We want to be able to fully utilize the hardware. That means we want to be able to exert as much force as the motors can possibly deliver, and we need to do that reliably. Obviously, doing a backflip is not something that our customers need. They might want
Correct.
it for fun, but they don't need
Yeah,
it.
they don't need
But
that.
there are situations where we need to utilize the motors and the power system to its
Yeah,
full
you wanna,
potential. Spot usually
like,
carries
try
around
to
a lot of heavy
use-
payloads. It has a camera
try
that
to
weighs about 20 pounds. Some
take,
robots have arms on them.
beyond
When
its
those robots
limits,
are on
take it
customer
beyond
sites,
its
sometimes
limits
they
to
slip,
see
sometimes they
how
trip,
well
and
it
to
can,
recover, you need to exert
how
a lot of
stable
power
and
to reliably recover. If our robots know
how
how
well
to
it holds
fully
up.
utilize their hardware, we can make robots that are better at recovering from slips, better at recovering when they trip on some stairs. Spot wasn't designed to do a backflip. My team didn't even think that it could do a standing backflip before I started working on this. So for Spot, it took a while because we had to operate at the extremes of the hardware. We had to deal with all the hardware complications that could come with that. Also, the dynamics of the robot are different when you're operating at the limits, and you have to model that in simulation. You want the simulation to be as true to the physical hardware. You don't want your policy to do something in simulation that the physical hardware can't do. Reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning that involves
Correct.
an agent in an environment. So in simulation, we have the robot, which is the agent, and we simulate some environment for the robot. And for every action that the agent makes, the robot makes, it receives a reward. And over time, we train neural networks to maximize the reward.
So basically,
And
almost like a
ironically, it's a lot like
Pavlovian
training a dog.
response.
Like if I tell my dog to sit, it hears the command sit, it sits down, and I'll give my dog a treat as a reward. For these behaviors, really we're just tracking a reference. We have an animation of Spot doing a backflip, and we want Spot to follow that animation as closely as possible so it does a backflip. Yes! To prepare for a live performance, it really just means we have to do a lot of robustness testing. So as soon as something works in sim, we'll deploy it on the hardware. It never works first time on the hardware. It's gonna fail somehow. Anytime something fails, we generate a log of everything that the robot observed during the failure, try to find why the robot failed, we fix that issue, then we repeat the cycle. Run it on hardware, find the next failure, debug it, fix it, run it on hardware, and the more you do that, the more reliable your behaviors will be. I don't know if I could remember all the behaviors that I programmed off the top of my head. There was a backflip, triple backflip, quintuple backflip, 7 backflips. Is that a septuple backflip? I was shocked when I was asked to create behaviors for America's Got Talent. All of my work at this company has been for industrial inspection, so it was always about like walking the robot around the factory, taking the right picture at the right time, reliably making it back to the dock. I've never been given a project where it's like, throw this robot around and make it work. So that was exciting and fun. I'm excited to see what Spot does next.
Beat the robot up. Beat it up. Break it. Break it to its core. Stress test the shit out of that motherfucker. Beat its ass up. Fuck that robot. Fucking clanker. Alright, there you have it. But yeah. See that's the good way of using robots. You got people who some fucking weird ways, right? But anyways, that's gonna be it for that little news segment, you know?